Friends, there are dark corners on the internet that we rarely talk about. But when one of the world's largest tech giants is accused of directly profiting from these particular dark corners of internet, silence is no longer an option for any of us. We must speak out. Today, we look at a highly critical development that impacts millions of people across India. The government of India has taken a massive and unprecedented stand against Meta, which is the parent company of Facebook, Instagram and WhatsApp also. And this isn't about any modernization attempt of the government where the government tells the companies what to do and what not to do, like we saw in the case of Telegram app during the NEET paper leaks. No, that is not the case. This is about a deep and systemic threat to our children. Hello all, welcome to ARK Reflections IAS. I am Yogi Raj. The Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, that is the MeitY, has issued a very serious legally binding notice to Meta. India has taken zero tolerance approach, warning the tech giant of severe and very severe legal consequences if they do not act immediately. But what exactly triggered this sudden and aggressive reaction from the government? According to investigation, Meta was caught red-handed allowing paid advertisements on Instagram that promoted child sexual abuse material, or what we call as the CSAM. Let that sink in. These aren't any organic posts by some sort of a rogue user that has managed to bypass the filters. They are paid and commercial ad placements reviewed and approved by Meta's own internal systems. But the question you might get is, how can such explicit ads run openly on platforms such as the Instagram? Because they don't look explicit at all at the first glance. Network operators and even predators use highly coded words and innocent looking phrases and also use subtle emojis to completely bypass the Meta's automated AI scanners. And to the machine, the ad looks like a very regular and a benign ad. But to the predator, it's a very clear invitation. And this creates what the experts call as a predator pipeline. Let's break down what the underground network looks like and we'll understand this step by step. The first is the coded ad. The coded ad is an Instagram ad that is reviewed and approved by Meta, as we just discussed. Second, once clicked, the ad redirects the user away from Instagram, bypassing the basic public safety filters. And third, once this happens, the next step here is the link will directly send them to encrypted and invite-only Telegram groups or deep web forums. And finally, inside this, illegal transaction of abusive material takes place because these are channels that are completely unmonitored and unregulated, and illegal child abuse materials can be openly shared in this particular platform, and this is very dangerous for the society. Basically, people are redirected to a marketplace where child pornographic material is sold and purchased. How disturbing is that? Meta's ad system in essence acts as a funnel for these criminal networks. Now look at the financial scale of what the Meta is doing. India is the Meta's largest market globally with over 550 million unique users. India's advertising revenue recently surged to, can you guess how much? Literally 30,000 crore rupees is what it has seen, with a 29% massive year-on-year growth. So their business is doing great, but the ethics not so great. While the profits are skyrocketing, the investments into localized and culturally aware human modernization teams are completely low, and they are very less. The algorithm is optimized for A, engagement, and B, revenue. And in this pursuit, the safety architecture has become completely porous that anyone can pass through. Now, friends, tell me, if a company is clocking in so much revenue, as we just discussed, should it not invest in a team that carefully reviews these particular ads, especially to prevent such horrible activities? Now, is this an isolated incident in India? Did it just happen in India? Absolutely not. This is a part of a global pattern of negligence. Recently, a US court in New Mexico slammed the Meta with severe lawsuits, implicitly calling Facebook and Instagram a virtual marketplace for child predators. Whistleblowers have reportedly leaked internal documents proving that Meta's leadership knows that these loopholes exist. Yes, you heard it right. They knew it. Yet, time and again, the big tech has treated this multi-million-dollar legal fines as simply a minor and a calculated cost of doing business rather than fixing the core algorithms. This brings us to a critical legal turning point. And the point here is about the shattering of the safe harbor protection. Now, why are paid ads treated differently under the law rather than a normal post in our regular feeds? See, under the global cyber laws, social media platforms enjoy a safe harbor immunity. This means that if a user uploads something illegal, the platform is not blamed, as long as they take it down when notified. However, this shield is completely shattered when it comes to paid advertisements, because Meta actively reviews, approves, and directly collects revenue to distribute these particular ads. They are legally classified as publishers, making them directly liable for the content. Now, according to law, it means that the Meta is posting these particular contents. Think about it, friends. Now, you must note that there are three major pillars of India with respect to this particular activity. First is Section 67B of the IT Act 2000, which provides strict and non-bailable criminal punishments for anyone publishing or transmitting child abusive material electronically. And second, we have the IT rules of 2021, which talk about the intermediary guidelines and digital media ethics codes of 2021, which mandate the social media giants that they must deploy proactive and automated tools to identify and kill these particular CSAM networks that we talked about. And third, and most important, is the POCSO 2012, which maintains a strict zero tolerance and gender neutral mandate to protect minors from commercial sexual exploitation. But why do global institutions strictly use words or phrases such as the CSAM instead of words such as child pornography? The United Nations and the global child protection agencies have permanently phased out the term of pornography in this particular context, because the very word pornography legally implies an element of adult consent. A child can never legally, physically, psychologically consent to exploitation. It is a severe and violent crime, and our legal terminology must reflect that particular absolute reality. Which brings us to the present moment, the Government of India. What is Government of India doing? The Government of India's notice has given the Meta a strict 7-day ultimatum to act on three particular fronts. They must submit a comprehensive moderation audit explaining how these ads bypass their screening systems. They must do that. And then they must deploy proactive automated kill tools to scan and destroy the CSAM pipelines. And also, they must execute immediate 24-hour takedowns of all facilitating ad accounts. Now friends, look at this chart. This chart highlights the ultimate core of the issue, the stark disparity between revenue growth and safety moderation, the difference between corporate growth and ethical responsibility. While the revenue growth trend shows an upward of 29% rate of growth year on year, the safety moderation efforts, like we see here, is dangerously flat. If big tech wants to operate in India and profit from Indian citizens, they must realize that the safety of our children cannot be a secondary priority or an algorithmic trade-off. That cannot happen. And at the end, we must ask ourselves just one thing. The question we have to ask is that, is a monetary fine enough to hold these multi-trillion-dollar platforms accountable? Is it enough to just impose a fine, or is it time for India to enforce a strict personal criminal liability on the top executives of these particular tech giants when they fail to protect our children? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And for those who are writing their UPSC in the years 2027 or 2028, ARK Reflections IAS is launching a complete Prelims cum Mains comprehensive GS Foundation course. Here, each and every subject will be covered in depth from both Prelims and Mains point of view, starting from absolute basics. The admissions are in progress and the seats are limited. So please hurry up and call us at this number, that is 9000 400 55. And our team will be happy to assist you. This is me, Yogi Raj. Thank you for watching. Jai Hind.